Alright guys, so let me hit you with something real quick that took me a long time to figure out. It's not that everything out here costs too much, it's that most of it just isn't worth buying in the first place. And once that actually clicked for me, everything changed. Guys, today I'm going to walk you through 7 real personal shifts that happened in my life when I made these decisions to stop spending mindlessly. And none of these is about being cheap, none of this is about depriving yourself of the things that you love. This is about getting clear on what your money is actually doing for you and whether the things that you're buying are genuinely moving your life forward. Guys, some of these are going to hit different depending on where you are in your financial journey, but I think every single one of them is going to resonate with you on some level. Now, before I jump into the 7 things that changed for me, in case you're new around here, my name is Nima and welcome to the channel. I'm a corporate executive with over 15 years of experience in both sales and finance. My videos break down complex financial concepts to help you on your financial journey, whether you're just starting out or if you're already a seasoned pro. So guys, let's jump into today's video topic, which is the 7 things that changed when I stopped spending money. So just make sure that you stick to the very end of this video because I think number 7 will hit the hardest for you. Alright guys, let's not waste any time, let's go ahead and begin. So the first thing that changed when I stopped spending money was I finally figured out that stuff was never going to make me happy. And guys, I mean truly happy, not just excited for a day or two. When I was out here spending freely, I just kept chasing that next purchase like it was going to be one that finally made everything feel right. The next upgrade, the next delivery showing up at my door, the next convenience that was going to make my life easier. And what I realized is that the excitement of buying something fades incredibly fast, like even faster than you think. And then you're right back to where you just started, which is just more stuff sitting around you. And guys, I got to a point where I realized that I'd rather have real joy in my life than chase happiness through a shopping cart, and I quickly realized that joy doesn't require you to spend a single dollar just to feel it. Now, the second thing that I changed was I completely stopped caring about other people's opinions of what I owned or how I looked on the outside. And look, honestly, this one's pretty big, because if we're being honest, a huge chunk of what people spend money on has nothing to do with what they actually need and everything to do with approval. Keeping up with the people around you, trying to look a certain way, feeling like you're supposed to have certain things because of how hard you've worked or how much you make. Once I stepped back from all of that, I realized how much I had been spending just to manage other people's perception of me. And at that exact moment, I stopped paying for what felt like validation that I needed, and then I felt genuinely free. You honestly start to realize how fast and how little you actually need to live a great life when you stop spending to impress people who honestly aren't even paying your bills anyway. Now, the third thing that I changed was that I stopped letting sales and discounts make spending decisions for me. And honestly, this one was pretty sneaky because a sale feels like the responsible choice, right? Like you're being smart with your money. But here's what I had to do and how I learned it the hard way. A discount on something that you didn't need in the first place is not really a deal. It's just a slightly cheaper mistake. Big corporations and major retailers out there have entire teams of people whose only job is to study human psychology and figure out exactly how to trigger an emotional response that makes you pull out your wallet. They design those sales, those countdown timers, those only 3 left in stock messages specifically to make sure that you feel like you're missing out on something, even if 5 minutes before you saw the ad, you probably weren't even thinking about buying it in the first place. And guys, once I saw that image or that vision clearly, once I really understood what was happening, it became so much easier to pause instead of reacting. And guys, that leads directly into the 4th thing that changed for me, which is that I became genuinely hard to market to. Like, basically, I stopped being a marketer's dream customer. The ads, the billboards, the stuff that's constantly rolling across my social media feed, it just stopped having the same power over me that it used to. Because once you understand that advertising is literally designed to grab your attention and turn it into someone else's product, you start watching it differently. You stop browsing just to browse. You stop window shopping just to look. And all of that mental energy that used to get eaten up by that noise starts going towards things that actually matter to you. Your goals, your finances, your growth. But guys, before I dive into the fifth thing that changed when I stopped spending my money, if you're gaining any value from this video already, I'd really appreciate it if you could smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. Your support really helps this channel grow, so please show some love by smashing that like button, commenting down below, and subscribing. Alright guys, let's discuss the next segment. So the fifth thing that changed was that I stopped chasing upgrades that weren't really upgrading my life. And this one I had to be really honest with myself about, because it's easy to convince yourself that something is an improvement when it's really just more convenient. Convenience and improvement are not the same thing. And sometimes extra convenience actually makes you less sharp, less productive, and less capable as a person. Think about how many things that we're all paying for right now that handle things that we could easily do ourselves. And the question worth asking is whether that genuinely makes your life better or just making you softer. I started asking myself this honestly. Is this thing actually going to help me grow, or am I just buying comfort? And that question alone eliminated a lot of the spending really fast. Now guys, the sixth thing that I changed that was almost mathematical in its simplicity, the less I needed, the more money I had. Now guys, I know that sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but most people never actually feel it because they never actually test it. When you genuinely want less stuff, you spend less money. When you spend less money, you keep more of it. When you keep more of it, your options in life start expanding in ways that buying things never could. Your financial stress even drops. Your saving grows. Your breathing room gets wider. And none of these things requires a raise or a side hustle or a lucky break. It just requires wanting less of the stuff that was draining you in the first place. And guys, last but not least, the seventh thing that changed, and this honestly was one that I wanted you to sit the longest with, is that I started having money available for real opportunities when they actually showed up. See, when you're constantly spending, you're constantly reacting to life. Something unexpected comes up and you're stressed out because there's no cushion for you. A great opportunity presents itself. A deal, an investment, a chance to build something. And you probably can't move on it because you might have spent that money somewhere else. But guys, when you pull back on your spending and start building the reserve, something shifts. You go from being reactive to being ready. You stop being the person who watches opportunities pass and start being the person who's positioned to actually take them. You guys know this. Cash gives you options, and options give you leverage. And leverage is what separates people who build real wealth from people who stay stuck in the same cycle year after year. Just look at the principle behind the world's greatest investors and what they do. They stay patient, they stay liquid, and when the moment comes, they're ready to move while everyone else is scrambling. You don't have to be Warren Buffett to apply that same mindset to your own life. You just need to stop spending money on things that don't serve you so that when something comes along that does, you're then standing there ready with the resources to say yes. Now guys, I do want to quickly zoom out for a second, because when you put all of these 7 things together, you start to see a pattern. And the pattern is this: spending less money doesn't shrink your life, it actually expands it. Your mental clarity improves because you're making fewer unnecessary decisions. Your time opens up because you're not constantly managing purchases, tracking subscriptions, dealing with returns, or chasing the next thing. Your relationships improve because you're not stressed about money all the time. Your confidence grows because you're in control of something that most people feel completely out of control of. And your future gets bigger because the money you stop sending out the door is now quietly building something in the background for you. And guys, none of this happens overnight. I want to be real with you about that. These are shifts that happen gradually as the habits stack up and the mindset solidifies. But they do happen, and when they do, you start to wonder how you ever lived the other way. The noise gets quieter, pressure gets lighter, and the version of your financial life that you actually want starts to feel a lot more reachable than it did before. So guys, let me leave you with this. At the end of the day, the most expensive thing most of us own isn't a house or a car. It's our habits, because your habits are running in the background every single day, deciding where your money goes, how much you keep, and what kind of future you're building, whether you're paying attention or not. The 7 things I walked you through today are all the things that I've personally lived through and needed to learn. Some of them, unfortunately, the hard way. But I hope that me sharing this video with you at least saves you that time so that you don't have to make those mistakes on your own. And even if one of those mistakes made you stop and and make you think differently about how you're spending your money right now, then this is exactly what this video was supposed to do. Stop spending on what doesn't serve you. Start keeping more of what you earn, and watch how fast your financial life starts to look and feel different. Now guys, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 7 hit the closest to home for you? And please be honest, because I read every single one of the comments and I genuinely appreciate hearing from you guys. And remember, everything that you share is also helping our community in this channel. So guys, please make sure that you subscribe so I can see you in the next video, and please share this with someone else in your life who needs to hear it. And guys, thank you for watching this all the way through. I'll catch you in the next video.